Welcome back. Welcome back here. Another day of the Astrogravitational Report. And if you like what you're hearing, you can click like and subscribe. And hopefully this helps you in your life. Where should I begin? A lot of this full moon, particularly those energy of the full moon that comes in, we see some things. We saw things. We reconfigured the things. But now, as overnight the moon actually moved into Virgo, that is how you're going to organize everything. And as that energy is in the morning, the moon is going to be what? It's going to be a squaring Lilith and it's going to be squaring Uranus. Here is how this destructive energies of the shadow of things that you cannot overcome, they can comes in and they're going to be really triggering everything within you. Because it's not the way you want it to organize. It's not about this. It's about you to evolve, you to see your abilities, capabilities. They are built in the shadow in there, because that is the part of where you see this light of yours. Okay, so in the morning, this energy is going to be really triggered. It's going to be opened, but we have this beautiful yacht that it's made between Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto, and the ascendant towards the moon. Since the moon, it's entering Virgo. The moon is going to be at 7 o'clock in the morning, at the second degree of Virgo. She's going to be start having this really beautiful energies with Pluto, right? And Pluto is going to be, you need to change, you need to transform. The moon also today, at the end of the day, if you stay until the end of the report, it's going to be meeting with what? It's going to be meeting with the South Node. And with the South Node is how I did, how I organized myself in the past. But what else I have not done in the past. So it's going to be some very kind of like an intense morning, particularly that at 7 o'clock in the morning, we are going to be seeing it, this energy. It's at 7 o'clock. Here's the inner work and the shadow. It's Lilith, right? It squares the moon. Here it's a moon and the vertex and the south node, the past. And here is that energy, that energy that it comes in with what? With Uranus. That is that sudden changes of destructions, particularly in the material world. And that energy is going to be affecting what? The love and values. So here is how this kind of like a self-sabotaging energy is going to be coming in and play the role. Okay? And if you feel, why do you have these energies? Why do you want to deal with the material things? Why did the certain things are happening? Is because of this. You have not put things organized in perspective. And here it's the divine, it's coming in and points out that finger. It's like, fix your emotions. You fix your emotions, the energy is going to beginning to flow. And who is going to teach you? Of course, Saturn and Neptune, they're going to be in a very synchronized energies. They are going to come in, they're going to teach us. And Pluto, it's coming, it's like it's time for you to change, right? Stop being doing the things from the past. But can you do things from the past if you don't face them? And that's what is going to happen by the end of the day. All right, so this is going to be the 8 o'clock in the morning. For those who are going into work, you're going to feel the pressures and attentions of this in the personal level, particularly because this is Virgo. Because Virgo is about your personality that you're organizing within yourself. Because after you put that Leo's energy of that building of who you think you are, right, in there, then you look at the organizations, did I put the pieces in me together? And this is why this energy is going to be some intense. All right, 8 o'clock, the energy is going to be rebellious, of course. The ascendant, it's going to be at Aquarius between Venus and Mercury in there. A lot of this energy, of course, it's squaring right now Uranus, and it's like, no, this thing should not be going. This thing should not be happening. You may see some certain things about real estate, finances, because this is Taurus. It's about the survival mode, right? They are not proper because there's going to be a new base on these finances and so on in order these evolutions to happen. Okay, without that base of the support in there, the evolution is not going to happen. It can have the future if you're not building a proper educations, proper base of the things that are going to need it for the evolutions. Can't just walk into the future. You have to build it with something. Okay, something that's required to be in the material world. And this is why when you are born, Aries, 10, you are dealing the second year of your life, you're dealing with what? The material understanding. And when your parent says no, 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 you are suffering in the material situations without understanding. But when you put yourself, when you're at the age of 15, it's like, oh, I know how to do this. I know how to do this. I'm going to learn how to get money. I'm going to invest some money. I'm going to have a lot of money and so on and so on. But you're missing one point. You have to go ahead and build things in there. It's going to require what? Work and new things. And this is why right now Uranus can demolishing lots of things personally within itself. Hi, Alicia. Glad to see you here. I think that somebody else. Hi, Toledo. Thank you for coming in. And yep, held it back. It seems like it. Yeah, you're gonna see this. Okay, as long as you put in your what psyche in order, because the hardest moment between the South Node and I'm gonna be at the end of the report. I'm gonna be giving you something up here. Very beautiful book. It's very good to have a books for reference, right? Not just looking at from the personal perspective of readings and interpretations, but also someone who did studies in there. That's how we are studying the astrology from the books. All right, 8 o'clock. That energies in there is going to be some, particularly with Mercury. Mercury right now it's sextile in Chiron. That's mean what? You are going to learning and talking about something that require attentions to heal oneself. Okay, so whatever that might be, it's going to be some very good talks. Don't escape them, because you are going to be triggered the next hour, which is going to be talking about 9 o'clock, because you don't want to talk about certain things that happen within yourself or the weaknesses in there, because what is it the other is going to think about you, right? So when you don't talk it, you suppress it. When you suppress it, you're harming yourself, right? So this is going to be some very kind of like a crazy energy, but at that hour, the moon is going to be moving at the 3rd degree. These divine energies with Pluto is going to be really put into a focus, okay? The divine is going to kind of like get over that pressures from Uranus and Lilith at the same time, and it's going to be like you can counter it. You can make the balance in there. You can go ahead and do the things inside of you. You can overcome this. Trust where you going. Okay? So those energies later on, as we are going to be talking about, you're going to see the growth. Particularly a lot of the people is going to be focused more about the growth at work. This is going to be at 10 o'clock. The inner work is with Capricorn opposing Jupiter. Jupiter is still retrograding, so we have a lot of things happening at the same time. You have these emotions, you have this cleaning, you have this, you have that, and we have a Saturn who is coming out from Pisces in the subconscious level, and everything is just like OMG. If you feel like you have some headaches and too much going on and so on, that's the reason, because there's so much going on into the sky that affecting us. All right, talking about this, 11 o'clock, Uranus is going to be coming at the event horizon. Okay, when Uranus is an ascendant, constantly unpredictable changes and causing unpredictability. So today you're going to be learning that the market's going to be going up and so on, and then everything goes down, right? Unpredictability. Today, your harvest is good and everything is okay, and there is a rain and storm comes in and there is ice all over the place and destroys everything. Unpredictability. That's what it is. Okay? But you need to look at it that tells you where I need to focus, right? Where you need to focus from within yourself. What do you need to prevent this to happen? Because it triggers the uncertainty. Are you prepare yourself for uncertainty? How you handling the uncertainties? And most of all, how you facing the unknown into a material world? And Uranus is bring you different informations, but right now it says like this was not built right, this was not built right, make it a different way. Okay? All right? Lisha, rising Libra. If you have the rising Libra, that's mean that your fourth house is going to be a Capricorn. You probably are going to be looking at for something in there that you're going to be seeking it personally within, like working from home, doing something that it's based at home in there. But if it's a Taurus rising in there, the Taurus rising is going to be more about the material things. The Libra, the moon Libra, depends of what house is about your intuition. Okay? So your intuition is more about into the relationships. And that can help you to navigate and learn and understanding the relationship. You can be a very peaceful, but if there is a negative aspect, every time when there is no balance between you and a partner, that moon can really do some things. All right. Good questions. Okay. 12 o'clock. This is the hour of the authority, which is in Aquarius. Right now, this is going to be a part of this energy that we are going to see some through Mars. The moon, it's going to have divine actions with Mars today. We're going to see what is going to happen. But with that energy is more about the focus is like, okay, let's do the things right. Let's put these things in a perspective. Okay, I cannot go ahead and do with the same technology that it was done thousands of years ago. Yes, they're proven to work, but I have to take those technologies from the past and make them better. I have to take this thinking patterns from the past and make it better. I have to improve this and make it better. And that is going to be for what? For the others, you and others. So again, this Aquarius energies of helping the people is going to come in and help out. Of course, you're going to have some challenges when the other don't cooperate with you. And this is why Uranus in the next hour is going to be at 1 o'clock. You know, when you go to the people and says like, you know what, we need to improve this. We need to improve that. You know, particularly in a work environment when you are, let's say, below the managed level, but you see what they need to do to increase their productions, right? In there, you tell them, you give them an advices. And the worst things happen is like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, right? Because it's not come from them. They don't see it. They don't understand it, right? But then when 1 year, 2 years pass in there and they do exactly what you said, it's like, oh my God, there is a huge improvement, right? They getting into there with this, okay? So as you see in it, those patterns, you're going to be like, okay, we are going to be taking a new place. We're going to be taking a new ways in there. Because see, the average management, it goes like the old ways, the pyramid. While the Aquarius is like, let's do the spider web. We all connected. You can have whatever the title, you can make as much as money you want it in there. But we all working together. Okay? Not like a Capricorn's energy is like, everything has to be whatever I said. I'm stubborn, and that's the only way, because it was working all the time like this. No. This is, we are talking about totally different energies of Aquarius. It has to have new ways of improvements. Okay? All right. Well, the administrative assistance is about, when you need to do so many things, and if you're a thinker, and I need somebody to do this, I need somebody to do that, that is not like really the last in there. But if you look at it in this, you are picking up the other people's brains that they do the work for you, and then you can make better choices. That is a kind of like in a way, but still, things is going to be a little bit different on our age of Aquarius. All right, Talking about the 2 o'clock, that is going to be one of the inner work. It's connecting with the North Node. That is a one of the happiness entering. That is a if you have IC with the North Node, this is going to be your work. You're going to be the innovator. You're going to be the guy who drives the things forward. You're going to be happy of what you're doing. But right now, that's in Pisces. That is a more about you to work in the psyche. You to work in more within this level. It's like, okay, the subconscious patterns in there. Okay? So I had a boss will be only communicating by the post-it notes in there. Had a boss, had an Aquarius boss. She will only communicate it by post-it notes, held back in my positions in there. Well, everyone is different, but if that's what how she wanted to communicate, she probably found what different ways. It all depends of where Mercury is. Okay, so don't take it personally in there. I'm Virgo North Node, so boring angel in there. Actually, Virgo North Node, it is about very important to put yourself together in there. Okay, I mean, you may gonna look at it like a hermit mode. Okay, I put this, but when you put yourself together in there and the isolations in there, what I'm suggesting it to you, Angel, get this book. It's gonna help you a lot. Okay, get this book. What else is in there? Let's see. I managed 5 service centers, but I couldn't go in there. You see, you have to understand, if you're complaining about your boss, take a look inside of you. Why are you complaining? Is that something to do with emotion, Alicia? Okay. Yes, it's very good, Angel, in there. It's very good book. It's very good book. I'm gonna read something at the end from it. All right, keeping it going. The next hour, 3 o'clock, Saturn and Neptune is gonna come in. Saturn is like, okay, I teach you. You have to learn a certain patterns. I have to learn a certain situations. You need to stop bringing in the past things, but you need to evolve from this. I'm going to give you a new life, but I'm going to restrict you from the old. Whatever you did in the past doesn't really matter, because now you're going to start building something new. I'm going to be forbidding things. You're going to try to do the old way. It's not going to work. Is it consequences? No. Pluto moved to Aquarius, and Pluto is like, okay, I cannot do my job with all the old understandings. You have to go new ways. You have to have a new things. The way we build it, the material world, and the way the material world is not going right. Right? So Uranus comes in to demolish these situations. Because right now, what? The gap between the rich and average people, because there is no middle class, it's too big. He's like, I need some intelligence. Intelligence is built from what? From the middle class. Middle class, it's building that intelligence in there. And now that's what Pluto wants. New base to create this material world. Okay? So very interesting. Astrology is very interesting, I think. All right, 4 o'clock, the inner work is going to be at Aries squaring Jupiter at Cancer. Usually that square is like, okay, take a look, the learning patterns in the family. Okay, you do not learn that, you do not these things, and so on and so on. You are in there to do the right, proper situations in there. Hi, darling. Much love to you. When shown two opportunities, best to follow the one that brings more freshness to your life. Exactly. Exactamente. All right. Next hour, 5 o'clock, Midheaven. Midheaven is going to be at the beginning of Taurus, squaring the beginning of Aquarius. Well, the old world is not going to give up. the old things of the way the material ways it is. It's not gonna, because some of the things they need to stay, but some of the things they have to go away. Okay, they have to go away for what? For good. Okay, the single tape players that was back in the 80s, they went away. The CDs, pretty much they went away, right? How you listen to music right now? Go to Spotify, you gotta go to YouTube, and you don't need to carry every hour of this with you. You make it what? More easier, right? But we lost what? The quality. Okay, all right, keeping it going. At 6 o'clock, the inner work is still gonna be at the Taurus, but now we're gonna see some this intensity from yesterday because the ascendant is gonna be at the end of Leo, and these portions of Uranus in there, particularly right now that it's coming in towards Venus and Mercury, you may gonna have some very intense, destructive talks. Be mindful about this. Be mindful about these communications in the next few days, because this it's gonna be, oh, but why this, why that, why this goal? You're gonna ask so many questions, but you can also be triggered by so many things into the material world that may not gonna lead to proper things. You may not gonna say the proper situations. You may be gonna be through communications, then things personally. Okay, it's like, okay, if that's not evolving, then it's done, right? Because the destructive Uranus is gonna be like, this thing cannot manifest it in the material world. But when you're looking at it, and this is about what are you bringing it to yourself, right? You can't just go and by hand, doing the earthing the ground, right? You're gonna get some tractor. You're gonna get something. Maybe you're gonna put like what? A robot. You program it the way it is, and through the land, you push the button, and you have your coffee, and you're watching the tractor just doing its thing. You don't even drive it, right? That's Age of Aquarius. Right? All right, 7 o'clock. The inner work is going to be at Gemini opposing the Lilith, and now the ascendant. It's going to be together with the North Node. It's rising in there, squaring the shadow, and opposing there. Now you see that this problem, it starts coming in from the past. That these things that comes in, it triggers us. What is that made us into these positions? And with that energy at 7 o'clock, we are going to be dealing with that energy. If you're going at 10 o'clock, you're probably going to be dealing it on a subconscious levels through dream. But if you're awake, if you're still awake and you cannot fall asleep by 11, 12 o'clock, you're going to be able to understand that energies in particular. So with that being said, in there, I'm going to be reading a little bit about from the book, but I got to get my reading glasses. Pisces North Node, Virgo South Node. In the realm of consciousness, this is the hardest narrow positions to deal with it. Here is the result of many lifetimes. The individual starts to realizing his own rigidity. He is aware of his patterns and how much they hurt him. Yes, he found them difficult to let go of. Now we have the moon, which is the intuition that it's coming in there, and it's pointing out to these particular points. And since the ascendant is in there, that is the energy that your attention's coming in, because this is going to be leading to your attentions there. For many of these knots, there is a strong residue of problems. They can be from the former incarnations. The mind is so analytical that the life can easily slip into manipulations of a chess game. This individual has a sharp eye for detail and never overlooks the obvious. He's an expert of solving puzzles, willing to spend many hours tenderly groping to the tiniest answers. Okay, but through the Pisces North Node, he must learn faith. When he stops separating the world into the neat little compartments, he need to get first glimpse of universal consciousness. Universal consciousness. Okay? This is about all that. To gain that universal consciousness that we are getting it right now without transformations with Pluto and have all those personal planets that are in Aquarius. Okay? So how do we know this? How do we know this, right? How do we know this? Well, here is a simple thing. Virgo defines energies with everything that is in Aquarius. And since the moon, its beginning, it triggers all of them. She already triggered today, she triggered Pluto, she triggered Mars. This is a vertex. Now she's triggering what? The Sun. Then it's going to be trigger Venus and Mercury, right? So everything is going to be right there. But we knew it, that the new jump is going to be with the new moon that it started at Capricorn. All right, 8 o'clock. The inner work is going to be a Gemini. That is going to put some tensions of the past and the future. This is usually when something gets T-squared or not. Shadows of a doubt, it's coming in. Should I do, should I not? Them if I do, them if I not. To be or not to be, this is the question. That's what this energy is. But now we have some of the energy that, particularly with Lilith, that is, it's everything is going to be out in the shadow. This everything has to be set in there. And you're going to figure out that some of the things, they have to be said. Some of the things is going to be staying deep into the shadow. Why? They may be leading to a progress, or maybe they're going to be leading to a what? A disaster, right? And this is why you're going to find some certain situations that they're foggy. You're not seeing them, okay? There's a reason why certain things has to be what? Keep it secret, okay? Talking about occultism particularly. Well, 10 o'clock, you're going to be look to the balance, because right now the ascendant, if you have anything that it's around the 10 degree of Libra, you're going to be feeling it very well, because this is the solutions in there. That is 150 degrees with the North Node and Pisces. Okay? Now, whatever you build this personality in there is going to be built within a consciousness, and that's going to bring the balance in there. This is coming, that energy that comes in from Leo, going to Pisces, and from Pisces going into Libra. Why? Because your personality, if it's built right, brings a balance with others. And that balance with others gives you an inner peace and a soul in Pisces. Okay? So all these energies of yachts, they have incredible purpose. You have a yachts in your chart? Probably you do. All right, and 11 o'clock, we're going to see some, the moon is going to be passing through the North Node. It's going to be opposing the South, of course, but the inner work is going to be at where? At Cancer. What is the family patterns? You have huge Hellenic patterns. Do you understand the values about family? About values and money in the family, right? When a family member is fighting for, the inheritance, you know exactly who where you've been to it, right? But some of the things is going to be supported. Some of the things is going to have a very good supporting from there. And this is what I said. Be mindful what time you're going to sleep, because at 12 o'clock, the inner work at Leo is going to be opposing Mars and the Sun. That can cause in a lot of things about improper actions, improper rebellion in there, aggravations without understanding the purpose of the reasons in there. And this is how revolutions for improper situations are happening. Okay? Because of lack of full understanding. And hopefully you will get it into you. All right, this is going to be right at midnight in there. Alicia, I said that so many times. It doesn't matter what time you are in the world. If you put 7 o'clock in the morning, let's say, for example, in Eastern Europe, and you put 7 o'clock in the morning at the western end of Europe, they're going to be pretty much the same. You put 7 o'clock in the morning in North America, you're going to be finding pretty much the same thing. So that what it is right into, okay? Right now, currently, here is about 8:30 p.m. by me where I'm at. Hi guys, so that's what it was, the astrogravitational report. Hopefully this helps you out. And what's going to happen and February 4th, okay? So February 4th, we're going to start seeing it that the moon, it's going to be moving out. We're going to have some very good divine energies. Hopefully some of us, the intuition is going to be learning. It's going to be putting the right perspective, because we are going to have this Cancer, Virgo, Aquarius yacht. So the energies of Cancer is going to start coming up. You're going to fix these family patterns, and by organizing yourself, it's going to leading to the evolution. Because guess what? You are overcoming the family patterns in there. And this is what we are going to be more talk about it tomorrow. So make sure you come back here and follow up if that is important to you. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for coming over. And if you like that, you can come back and you can like it, you subscribe it, and you can support the channel. Much love, and I will see you tomorrow.